Welcome, it's King Lizzard on Forza Motorsport 6 on Xbox One, and this is a PvP or multiplayer match on Prague full circuit. And today's class is the A class, and I'm driving the awesome track toy that is the KTM. Now, this is an A700 tune that I put together, something that I used to drive a lot in Forza 5 and even on this particular circuit in Forza 5, being that Prague was my favourite circuit from Forza 5. Now, the tune that I originally had, nasty old accident there. That BM collided with the car in front, kind of hit him up the backside, which caused them both to spin sideways into my path and cause that accident. That Mustang there nearly lost it big time there. He just managed to regain it at the last minute. So this tune was, something I tried to carry over from Forza 5, but it didn't come across successfully. It was in a right state, so I basically had to start from scratch. However, when I made this tune, I didn't make it specifically with my Forza 5 tune in mind, because that was a tune that I really, really loved, and a lot of other people from the community also downloaded it too. So it's just something that I found I had some really, really enjoyable races in, and it just feels so tight. It's not tight, it's not ridiculously Scalextrics tight, but it's tight enough to get you around most circuits nicely, but also feel like you're really pushing the car and racing it too. I don't like to tune out all of the character of the car, so this car's character is still there, but it really, really is a good little race beast, if you like. I do have very close ratio gearing set up for this tune of mine, and as a result I've seen that everyone that has tried to use this manual, and I do know a lot of manual drivers who are actually pretty good, cannot get on with this tune. They keep spinning the car out all the time on corners and stuff. So I think that's down to the fact that I do have some very close ratio gearing going on in this vehicle, which is why it suits perfectly for an auto player like me. Now, in this race there were actually 7 human opponents, 5 of which were manual drivers, 2 of us are automatic. That chap with the BMW was the other automatic guy who kind of had that clash at the beginning of the race, and the rest of the field is built up with expert AI from the game. Now, at this point we're all pretty much learning the game, hence why we're only driving expert AI at the moment. Obviously, as things progress, I will up the difficulty to unbeatable at some point in the not too distant future, hopefully. So as you can see here, I'm into my second lap. I've got a mile ahead of everyone. It's like there's been a zombie apocalypse or something. There's not anyone around. It's just me and my KTM. This thing really, really surprised me on this race. It is very good at technical tracks. Although Prague is technical, it's also quite a fast circuit. So I was quite surprised that I got the lead I did in this race. Obviously, those 2 guys having an accident at the beginning of the race wouldn't help things for sure. That would have limited some of the field's capabilities down to getting through there. Obviously, I didn't see exactly what happened on that accident in terms of whether any other cars got caught up. I personally didn't see anything initially when I looked at the replay for those vehicles, so it didn't seem that any other vehicles got snagged up on that first crash. So this tune just proved to be a mind blow, really. I think it's just a combination of it being so tight at handling, but also so crazily fast because of its light bodywork and very close ratio gearing. Now, you can get this from my share. I'm having problems at the moment sharing tunes, actually, so I don't know if I've hit my limit already. I hope not, because I've only done about 100 or so tunes. So if there's anyone else getting those issues, let me know. It's literally, I get to the tune area and I try to save my tune and it won't let me do anything. It won't let me choose keywords, so I can't actually save the tune that I've configured. It's quite a screwy problem. Hopefully it might have just been fixed with this patch release. I'll find out, I guess, next time I try. So I'm just finishing off lap 2 here with not a soul in sight, as you can see. Did take a bit of a damage there on my first lap where I kind of clipped that nasty S-bend section through those cobblestones. But this car if you just release the accelerator once you cross the bridge and go through those S-bends, kind of just glides through there quite nicely. It doesn't lose grip particularly, whereas I've seen a lot of people losing grip on those cobbles going through that particular section. This uphill section, you know, is really crazy fast section. You do have to be wary of that corner there, and you do have to be worried that you don't drift out. I am actually pretty much flooding this vehicle out here, and you can see how tight I'm managing to hold this uphill climb at corners. It's, you know, it's a really nice handling car, this. And then down, you do have to slow down a little bit for the next right-hander, because you will drift out and hit that wall a lot of the time. This car, I'll be honest, I was pretty much flatting it out and getting away with it too. And then we've got this really tight left-hander here, kind of U-turn, followed by another very tight right-hander that will take us into that tunnel section. You can fly it out through the tunnel section, but you do need to be wary that when you get to the opposite side, you've got a pretty tight left-hander. It does have a lot of room, but obviously it will mean coming off the track. And obviously the further or wider you drive around that corner, the more time and speed you're going to lose. So it's in your interest to keep it tight. And then we're coming up to the bridge on Prague. This section you pretty much flat out. You don't really have to worry much unless you've got a car that's a little bit tetchy. This A700 handles it beautifully. So at this point I've released the accelerator here. I'm rolling. And now I'm accelerating again, and I'm rolling again through this section. Straight across, beautiful rollover, and then into the final U-turn. And into the straight. Well, this was King Lizzard on Forza Motorsport 6 PvP. Please remember to rate and subscribe. It would be fantastic if you join King Lizzard's game match. Take care.